Hello, hello, hello. My name is Melanie Campbell, President and CEO of the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation and convener of the Black Women's Roundtable. We are here for the Georgia Senate runoff at our National Election Day Command Center for our Unity 22 campaign at Clark Atlanta University at the National Coalition's Thomas W. Dortch Jr. Institute for Leadership, Civic Engagement, Economic Empowerment, and Social Justice. We are here, just as we have been every major election cycle, hosting this command center to, one, tell the stories on real time. We were here November 8th, as well as at Howard University on November 8th for our command center. It was 2 locations. We are still partners with the Ron Walters Center at Howard University, and they will be on the 4:30 call today. We are joined by our state conveners and state partners in Georgia who are leading our unity campaign work on the ground. And I have with me to my right is Helen Butler, who is the convener of the executive director of the Georgia Coalition for the People's Agenda. You all need to keep that door closed. This one, go on the side. Sorry about that. Who will speak. We also have Felicia Davis joining us, who leads our Clayton County Black Women's Roundtable as a partner through HBCU Green Fund, and should have Deborah Scott with Georgia Stand Up, who's one of our state partners. So we're going to first thank everyone, and we're going to hear from some of our additional national partners as well. We're going to turn it over to Helen Butler and Felicia Davis to tell us what's going on up to now, and polls open at 7 a.m. And thank you all for your leadership and partnership. So Helen, floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Mel. I'm glad to be here and glad this is Election Day. December the 6th. This is the day that people can finally exercise their right to vote for this Senate runoff election. And I can tell you, Mel, it's excitement on the ground. We've gotten lots of calls for rides to the polls, even though this morning we had a couple of hiccups from our election protection side of the equation, where counties had equipment problems, but they were resolved pretty quickly, and people are really going to vote. So I'm happy that we've been able to do this. We're providing rides to the polls all across the state. Our phones are ringing off the hook. A lot of people are calling saying, I need a ride, I need a ride. I got to go vote today. So we're making that happen. And like I said, we have our election protection monitors that are on the ground helping voters if they encounter problems. So stay in line. It may be a little damp, but the rain has ceased. So you can go vote, go vote. Let's do it again, Georgia.
Thank you, Helen. Felicia Davis down in Clayton County, one of the largest counties with the Black population. Felicia, tell us what's happening down in Clayton County.
So Clayton County, to follow up on Helen Butler, we have people out throughout the county, but in 4 cities in particular: Forest Park, Riverdale, Jonesboro, and Morrow, the heart of Clayton County. We will try to make it out to the rest of the county before the day is out, but we have people out waving signs, we have people monitoring, and we have people taking our exit poll. So I'm encouraging anybody that sees our folks out and about, when they ask you to take a moment and take our poll, please do so. It helps us to understand why it is that we're getting out to vote and what our issue priorities are. So we're really excited in Clayton County. The lines haven't gotten as long as we expect. So get out now, and we're kind of in the lunch hour. So this is a good time to get out and vote. If you need a ride, definitely call. Rides are available if you need assistance. And finally, if you should see any problem at the poll, no matter how large or how small, please report it to 1-866-OUR-VOTE, and we will be on top of it. Want to shout out Y Block, our young Black lawyers who are out under Helen Butler's tutelage, that they are monitoring and they are in place to count tonight. Oh, I see the one and only Abdul Dosunmu standing guard right behind, so he may have some words to say if he's gotten any reports in from his folks. So thank you, Melanie.
And thank you. And on that note, Y Block, introduce yourself formally.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Melanie and Helen and Felicia. My name is Abdul Dosunmu. I'm the founder and chief strategist of the Young Black Lawyers Organizing Coalition, otherwise known as Y Block. And we have been here in Georgia on the ground since November 29th, monitoring the early vote process, making sure that voters are informed with the resources that they need to successfully cast their ballot, and making sure that we are answering any questions that they have regarding concerns about the election day process. We have some 15 lawyers and law students who will be fanning out across the Atlanta metro area today to do election protection poll monitoring. They'll be wearing these election protection t-shirts. And so if you're in line and you do have any questions or concerns, you can find somebody at many polling places wearing this election protection t-shirt, and they are trained to answer those questions. We will also later this afternoon, later this evening, be monitoring the ballot count process because our goal is to make sure that every vote that is cast is counted. And so we're very honored to be here. We're honored to be working with Helen and with Melanie and with Felicia. And we're grateful for the tremendous partnership. We're here because we believe that Black ballots are Black futures. And we've mobilized Black lawyers and law students from across the country, almost 100 over the course of the last several weeks, to come into battleground states to do voter protection work. And we're honored to be in the fight today.
Thank you so very much. And we have some folks who are helping us also to help mobilize. We have Reverend Tony Lee here. Reverend, you represent, is it Faith Pack? I'm getting the rest of it. Black Church Pack. You come on here, but you wearing your see-through hat today. You're from Washington, D.C.
I'm Reverend Tony Lee, a board member on the National Coalition, as well as a member of Black Church Pack, as well as just a good old AME. And we have been down here and excited to see what's happening. We did get a call and we were able to reach out to Helen and her team early this morning about someone in Smyrna, Georgia, who went to their regular polling place, a place where they had voted in the last election, and were told that the district lines had been changed and that their electoral place was shifted, but we were able to get that into the capable hands of our good lawyers. Amen, somebody for the lawyers. That was one of the bigger issues we had. That was early this morning. But we're just excited to see the amount of turnout and the amount of just what's happening on the ground, the energy that's happening on the ground. Thank you so much.
Okay, and now we have some of our leaders who are here virtually. Deborah Scott, CEO, who's on the ground here in Georgia with Georgia Stand Up. Deborah, I see you out in the street, like literally in the streets.
We are
would you give us an update on how things are going out there?
Yes, so much. Thank you so much, Mel. We are out here at Metropolitan Parkway. We're having a party at the polls. We have rain gear out here and chairs and food trucks and a whole lot of love and voter resistance. The voters have spoken and they are voting. We are excited. So what we're hearing everywhere is that there's been a steady stream of people coming to vote, and voter enthusiasm is high. So we are excited that, today day, I think Georgia is going to make history, but it's too early to call it. I would say is people need to come out and vote as if this is the very first day to vote. We're going to count all those other votes on the nonpartisan side as in the bag, but we need to make sure that people come out and vote today.
Yeah. Thank you, Deborah. And we have a couple of folks here come around who have been monitoring. One of the things, a reason we have this National Command Center is because we also want to find out what we're hearing, then what's the narrative. A lot of times when the Black vote happens, depending on who wins, you hear the Black vote didn't come out, or you hear, it's depending on which way the elected folks are elected, whether or not we showed up or not. We know we're showing up. So we are monitoring also what we're hearing in the media. And we have students from Clark Atlanta University, Atlanta Metropolitan College. We have other leaders and community activists who are here. Alexandria Forge, who's a community activist here. And I'm missing the name. Okay, and Susan will introduce themselves to come and tell us what you're hearing briefly as you're monitoring what's happening in the media.
Hi, right now what we're hearing, doesn't matter the weather, people are coming out in droves, coming out in numbers. Since the day the early voting has started, there are more young people coming out between the ages of 18 to 24 in record numbers that have come out more for the runoff and that did not vote in the primary. Raffensperger's report since 2018, there has been 1,498,184 voters come out on the first day of early voting. It's now more than double this go round in the runoff. So as of December 2nd, Friday, there were 2,1,852,536 people had come out to participate. So we're getting out in droves. So we thank you for the young people who are coming out and all other voters who are coming out for the runoff. Let's keep it going.
Thank you, thank you. All right, Stephanie, introduce yourself quickly.
Hi, my name is Gianna Lee. I'm a senior political science major at Park Atlanta University. I found five key factors that will decide the turnout rate of Georgia State Senate runoff. One is the Republican election day turnout, how many Republicans show out to vote, the weather, the turnout rate of Black men, Kemp voters, and also November ticket splitters, people that showed up on election day during midterms elections also coming out today as well.
Thank you, thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Bliss. I'm a sophomore science major at Park Atlanta University. And we've just really been targeting, mobilizing our campus voters and just increasing the civic engagement in the agency. So we do have ride to the polls. We do have a lot of students showing up for early voting, just trying to really get the vote out in our age demographic.
Okay, CAU votes. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And I see my sister Holly Holiday with Sisters Lead, Sisters Vote. I'm not sure if you're on there. I just want to give you a shout out if you had anything. I know you are down here. And I see my brother Mark Tyler. Come on over here, who's come down from Philadelphia with the bikers who out here and just give us what you've seen happening, and then Angelo want to open up something echoing. I'm not sure. Okay. All right.
Hey.
And then Holly. Okay.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Mark Tyler from Philadelphia, Mother Bethel AME Church, but I'm down here this weekend riding with Black Bikers Vote. We had rides in Atlanta, Albany, Columbus, Savannah, and Augusta this weekend. On Sunday, we rode with over 100 bikers from Outcast Motorcycle Club to Bikers Motorcycle Club. So I tell you that if it's any indication, I mean, those brothers and sisters are fired up. Most of them had already voted and went home saying they're going to get other people in their clubs and community to vote as well. So glad to be here.
Thank you so much.
Graduate of Clark Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. And one of my mentors just on the side. Okay. Holly Holiday.
Like Melanie, we are, what I want to speak to is the energy. We have been out here doing so many things. Pushing. Okay, there it is. We've been doing so much to make sure that the energy is up. And I have to tell you that George is bringing the heat. And I think what I would share behind the facts and figures that have been told is that we are fired up and ready to go. We know it's an election. Everyone I have talked to, from when we were at the movie theater, they were all revved up. The people serving popcorn was like, yes, we voted. The Uber drivers, yes, we voted. The people on the bus stops, yes, we voting. And that's exactly what we're excited to see. And let me tell you, we're going to be really pleased with what happens with this turnout when the day is done. And it's thanks to all of the work of all of the people that you've been hearing from today. Thank you.
Okay. We have. Thank you. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay. We have one more leader who's here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to come up, Reverend Dr. Judith Moore, who's here from Pittsburgh, Mon Valley. We had folks, one of the things that we did was really exciting about this Georgia election. It happened in 2020 when we had to have a runoff. The folks showed up from right here in Georgia, but all over the country. And so one of our state leaders is here from Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Mon Valley, who's also here helping, and who's also happens to be an AME. There's some AME thing going on. That was, I don't know what that is. Who just give a quick feedback about what you've seen, you've been on the ground over these last week.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. It truly is a blessing and an opportunity to be a part of something that's so awesome when it comes to our democracy. And what I'm seeing is our young people who are coming together, who are stepping up. What I'm seeing is people saying, don't ever count us out, because our power is in our vote. So I'm excited to be here, delighted to be among all of you, and greater things because of who we are.
And we know y'all did the doggone thing in Pennsylvania as well, in the general. So I'm going to open it up if there are any questions. I know we had a few media on the call. I will say that what we'll be doing is that we're also going out into the community. We have our Power of the Ballot bus. We have canvases as our leaders have already shared. We have parties to the polls going on. We have canvassing going on. We are not letting off the gas, and we're monitoring what's going on here at the command center. So when we leave this call, we will be hitting the streets, many of us, to hold knock doors and make sure that people know that they have an opportunity to vote until 7 p.m. and get in line. Or somebody said the other day, 6:59 p.m. and 59 seconds. If you're in line, don't get out of the line. And that's the word we want to have, and make sure that folks exercise that right. Angela, let me know if we have any questions from the media. Okay. Okay. So if we don't have any questions, if we have anybody else here now, because we have the press on, we can't keep them on. We will do another briefing at 4:30, but we'll have a better feel. And I know the lawyers and a lot of us will have gone out into, more of us out on the ground to see what's happening and be able to report back out at 4:30 on the same Zoom call. If you are in the area and want to come physically to the command center, we're at 672 Beckwood Street, Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia. So thank you all. And as my sister Helen says, let's do it again, Georgia. Let's get this done. Thank you.